Beckham Jr. reported to training camp yesterday, and now the focus is on his contract. Odell is set to make under $2 million this season. Since he entered the league, he is tied for the most receiving touchdowns, and he went on uninterrupted and made it clear he wants a lot more money. Let's take a listen.
Those are some tough lines to walk. It's like the elephant in the room, and you don't want to talk about it. And I've gotten to the point in my life where there's no need to not talk about it. I believe that I will be, hopefully not just the highest paid receiver in the league, but the highest paid, period.
We're joined by Rob Parker.
Good morning.
Good
and
morning.
before we get started, I have a little something I want to share with you guys.
Okay.
All right.
Skip, you in on this?
He don't know. No, he doesn't. He's in the
You know what? I think I might just exit.
No. But my nephew, Alvin, has a barbershop in New York called the Fade Game, and I want you to see the picture that they put up in the shop. Take a look at it.
Aww.
They did it on canvas. There's Alvin on the left. He's even wearing a Undisputed hat.
Beautiful.
And Jason, the barber, Jason Epps on the right. Isn't that nice? It's in canvas.
nice.
It's hanging up.
Beautiful.
Right there on Linden Boulevard and Guy Arbor Boulevard in Jamaica, Queens.
I'm trying to figure that guy in between Skip and Joy. Why is that guy in
And
there?
yeah, I know. And let me tell you, I know Skip and Shannon, you think it's about you. They're the biggest Joy Taylor fans.
Oh,
They are.
Yeah,
I
Thank
get
you.
that.
yeah. You act like I'm surprised.
You're not surprised, are you?
In a barbershop, Joy's the most popular.
Hello.
All right.
gotta
So I'm
see
sure
how
they'll have
to go.
some opinions about Odell, too. But what do you think? Are you with Odell saying this?
I'm with Odell. I'm all the way in. He could ask for the moon. I still remember that Sunday night game where he makes that catch, and Chris Collinsworth and I, at the very same time, say, that's the greatest catch I ever saw. I mean, it was just that overwhelming.
Great minds were.
Yeah, me and Chris, we go back to Cincinnati days. But no, I'm just saying, and then for that, the guy to follow it up and be a force that he is worth the price of admission. You talk about watching somebody and wanting to go see somebody play, he's that guy. All the other stuff, I get it, but I'm going to overlook it. I want to watch this guy. I'm going to give him every opportunity to be the greatest receiver that ever played. Now, he might not get there,
Right.
but I'm all in, and I'll deal with all the other maybe diva kind of stuff that comes with him. And the notion that he wants to be the highest paid player is cool with me. Not going to happen. It's always going to be a quarterback.
Yes.
But to aspire to that and aspire to be the best player and the guy that the league focuses on,
Right.
I have no issues with him.
Skip, you know the movie Rounders, John
Do I?
Malkovich, Teddy KGB.
Loved it.
When Matt Damon character beats him at the end, and Grandma says, "Teddy, you want me to?" No, pay the man. Pay him his money. Pay that man. Pay him his money. He's outperformed his contract. He's not getting quarterback money. He's not even getting Calvin Johnson money when he got that outlier contract. That's not going to happen, Skip. But he should be somewhere between Demaryius Thomas and Julio Jones. He's a top 5 receiver, Skip. Nobody's denying that. And going on, in the offseason when he's touring with Drake, look, Lil Wayne gonna ask us to go on tour. We're gonna be, jet setting, gonna take our next vacation, Skip.
What?
We go with Lil Wayne, me and Skip.
Me.
We were a team. Me.
Wow.
You. Okay, that's okay. You go. I'm gonna hang out with me and Sade or Michelle and they go chill.
Sade, I'll go with you. Sade.
But Skip, he deserves to be paid, and he plays a dependent position, and everything is really tied to Eli. When Eli doesn't play well, he can only do so much when his quarterback doesn't play well. Now, Eli played well at the start of that game in Green Bay, and his receivers let him down. Not only did Odell let him down, Sterling Shepard dropped a touchdown also, so he let him down. But Skip, this man has done too much. His first 3 years in the league, only 4 guys have more touchdowns than what he did. Skip, they got to pay him. They got to pay him. He's not getting $20 million. He's not getting 16 and a half because he's at a disadvantage because he has 2 years left on the contract. But he should be compensated for what he's done.
Remember the Ed Norton character in Rounders?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, here we go.
A lot of talk, a lot of sizzle, always making a mess of everything, always making a scene, right?
He got him beat up in upstate.
You got him beat up, bad. But when it was time, when the money was on the table, you couldn't trust that guy,
No.
right? So I just heard Odell Beckham Jr. say, the elephant in the room is, let's just accept it. One of these days, I'm going to be the highest paid player in this league. Again, to aspire, I get all that. But first, you got to show me something, and he hasn't shown me nearly enough. And I found that comment to be staggeringly delusional about Odell knowing who he really is and how little he's accomplished so far in the National Football League. And by the way, I remind you, on the greatest catch ever game, it's against my Cowboys, Dallas won that game. And I remind you.
But when you saw that catch, Skip.
It was great. I told Shannon to start the show. This is rare talent, rare package. Yeah. It might be the most talent in that one package we've ever seen. All things, hands, speed, quickness. He's not the biggest guy, but it's a potent package. I get all that. But I need to see production. And so far, the guy who's saying one day I'm going to be the highest paid player in this league, and he was speaking from his heart, that guy has one playoff game to his name after 3 NFL seasons, and that game lives in infamy in Giants history because that guy was the tour guide on a little excursion to South Beach the week before a playoff game, even the days before the playoff game, in which he prepped on a yacht out in Biscayne Bay.
It was their day off, Skip.
Yeah.
He had a day off.
He had a day off. That's how he got ready for a game up in the cold in January in Lambeau Field. And in said game, he was targeted, Odell Beckham Jr., 11 times, and he caught only 4 balls for a grand total of 28 yards. That was his lowest yards per catch in his whole 3-year career. And the turning point of that game happened in the opening drive. Eli looked like he was Eli playoff hot. And it got to 3rd and 5 at Green Bay's 35, and Odell ran a little out. He is wide open. Eli hits him right in the hands, and he cold dropped it for a 10-yard gain.
And you're blaming that on the boat down in Miami?
I'm blaming the whole mindset. The whole preparation for that game went south, and from that point forward, the Giants basically went south, and they lost 38-13. Wow, that's all you got on your resume. And you can't even make a case yet. Maybe he will, but you're making a bold statement. But he can't even make a case that he's the best receiver in football, because I just look at these last 3 years. Antonio has 83 more catches than Odell does. And Julio Jones has 751 more receiving yards over the last 3 years than Odell Beckham Jr. does. That's not enough. So does he have the biggest brand, not only of receivers, but maybe in football? Yeah, I'll give you that. And are you captivated? Is he entertaining to watch? I get that.
He is a guy you want to watch play.
Okay, so he's Big Apple. He has his own clothing line, which I see in Bloomingdale's. I'm just shocked by it. A whole wall in Bloomingdale's,
Really?
right where we stay.
Well, you can fit it. You should be happy because it's something you can fit. Because both of y'all wear skinny jeans and you're 26 in the waist.
Wait a minute. Have they gone on sale yet so I can get a pair? Or not yet?
You not getting no skin. You not getting a toe in them jeans.
Okay,
I
so
told you I lost weight. I can't fit.
you do. You look good, actually. You've arrived here in L.A.
told
Rob's got a
you.
new car. He's styling, man.
I
You
can't
see
believe
Skip?
the audacity that you have to talk about people wearing tight stuff.
Oh, Joy.
Oh, he can't even move in those, right? Look at your pants.
First of all,
if you bent over, they would rip right now.
let me ask you a question. When you got fitted for your suit, did they ask you to bend over or they tell you to stand still?
Stand still.
Okay, thank you. Skip, you keep saying the elephant in the room is he wants to be the highest paid. The elephant in the room is the contract. He says, I'm due $1.8 million.
Okay, I got you.
Tavon Austin is making more. Skip, let me ask
I get all that, but let me finish.
Go ahead.
Okay, here's what I know about Odell. This is what is in my psyche now because I get bombarded with it. I know his hair because it's sensational hair, but that's what sort of grabs your eyes is the hair. And I know he can be incredibly thin-skinned, like dangerously thin-skinned against Josh Norman, right?
Yeah.
And I know that he can throw tantrums with the worst of them because I know he will go off on the kicking net. He'll go crazy and go over the edge on the field. And I know that at times he just turns into an emotional basket case on the field and on the sideline. And I know the pregame routine is spectacular. A lot of people would just pay to watch that, right? Mm-hmm. And I know about the greatest catch ever, and yet in the end, people forget He's 21-22 as a starter for the Giants in the regular season. Well, that's not great. So I know that he went with Drake to tour Europe on Drake's European tour. I get that. I also saw Odell front and center at the NCAA basketball championship game while Eli was having a passing camp at the same time, and Odell's too good for that. And then I also know that, because I saw it on Instagram, that Odell was working out with Johnny Manziel and skipping OTAs. Not the end of the world, but it's just another little reason why Odell doesn't get it. He's lost all perspective on what it takes to be great. And I brought this up before, and I'm going to say it again. That man sitting across from me played in 18 playoff games and won 3 rings because in the offseason he trained. That was a big deal. He paid the price to win the rings. And he lifted teams up because everybody sort of followed his lead.
Skip, Odell is training because I follow him on Instagram. I follow Odell on Instagram. I follow a lot of people on Instagram. But let me ask you this question. You said Michael Irvin was the greatest receiver to ever play.
I did.
Can you tell the people at home what did Michael Irvin do in his first 3 years in the playoffs?
In the playoffs?
Yeah.
Well, they were
did he go?
They were great right away. He was the leader of those teams. He was the rocket fuel.
His first 3 years at 88, he came in the year with my brother. They didn't make the playoffs.
No, they didn't.
His second year, tell him what the record was, Skip.
Okay, well, they were. He
13?
got drafted at 3-13. They were the worst team in football.
So how do you think the Giants got able to draft Odell Beckham?
His first full year, they were like an expansion team. The Giants were an expansion team. They had Eli Manning.
They had Troy Aikman.
They didn't yet. I mean, it took another year after Michael.
Yeah. So 89.
Hey, Troy couldn't even win the job his first year from Steve Walsh.
90.
Really?
They were bad,
Right.
Skip.
But when they started going to the playoffs, he went to a whole bunch of playoff games.
So Odell
And
started
he made
going.
a whole bunch of big catches.
So we got to keep it in perspective then, because some of the great. Look at the last 3 receivers that's gone into the Hall of Fame: Andre Reed, Tim Brown, Michael Irvin. Let's look at their first 3 years in the league. Let's see what they did in the regular season, and let's see what they did in the
Nobody's saying
playoffs.
Odell isn't great or that he doesn't have the potential to be greater. He's just saying that there's a lot of distractions and stuff that come with Odell. And when you're demanding to be the highest paid player in the NFL, you should have a little more on your resume.
I want production. You want a guy, a model citizen that's not producing.
I'm not
Which one you
putting
want?
together a boys choir. I'm putting together a football
okay,
team.
what
Sound
production?
like Jerry Jones right now.
What
We gotta
production?
leave it there.